Hi guys, here's another nursing episode. Okay, so we're back. This video is actually an interesting one because if you're a nurse, you deal with syringes, medication, but I don't know why, but we're dealing with water. So this topic is actually for hemodialysis. As you know, it's a procedure where you take the patient's blood, put it on a machine, and it will remove fluids. It will control electrolytes and also clean the blood. And you do it by using dialysis. So the blood goes to a filter where there's a hair-like material, and the blood stays there, but then on the side of that hair the dialysate will pass through, and it's actually flowing opposite, and it will clean the blood. So going back to hemodialysis, the hemodialysis will clean the patient's blood by using the dialysate. Dialysate is a combination of calcium, bicarb, sodium, and other elements, and also potassium. All electrolytes is gonna be combined with water, which is our topic for this video. So imagine there's a company that supplies water to you, right? To your household. They're gonna provide water for you. Here in America, there's always a hot water supply and then a cold water supply. So before the water is gonna be used for hemodialysis, it's gonna go through the reverse osmosis. The reverse osmosis is the machine that cleans the water. And before the water goes into that system, the water has to be regulated for temperature. So there's one supply for hot water, and then there's another supply of water as a cold, and it's gonna be regulated by a system that controls the temperature, because the temperature is gonna be a basis if the cleaning of the water is successful or not. So cold is not good, too warm is not good too. So there should be a regulated temperature before the water goes in. So when the water is regulated already, it's gonna go through a lot of units of the system of the reverse osmosis. So one is gonna be the sediment, which cleans the particles of the water before it goes through the carbon tank. There's actually two carbon tanks that the dialysis people use. One is the worker, and then the second one is the polisher. The worker carbon tank takes out the chlorine. So before the people start the dialysis, they are checking the carbon tank if there's chlorine. So can you just imagine one tank, the water goes through one side, and then the second one, which is the other side, there's going to be the output. And then so you check the water after the tank. Specifically the first carbon tank, which is the worker, and you're going to try to test if there's chlorine there. So what we do is that we get water from that first carbon tank, 100 ml, it has to be precise, and then we have a strip that we stir for 60 seconds and then read it after 20 seconds. And then there's going to be a color on the tip, and we base it on a graph, and it should be below 0.02. And that's gonna be okay if it's below, but if it's over, then that's the time you check the second carbon tank, which is the polisher. So what happens, the same thing, we get the water and we test it with the strip, and if it's If it goes to above 0.02, then there's gonna be a problem. We're gonna call a lot of people, and we have to call the medical director and all the other people that is needed to be informed before we can go and proceed or not proceed. As you can see, water is really important. Our water might be safe enough for drinking, but then the water for dialysis has to be more than that, because it's gonna be affecting the life of a person. We are mandated to protect the patients, and we have to do it 101%. And to continue, if the water is okay with the first carbon tank, the second test during the start of the day is gonna be the product. So the product, which is the end part of the reverse osmosis, we check it too. And it's the same thing, and it has to be below the required number that I said before. It should be below 0.02. And then during the morning, if the chlorine is all okay, then we have to monitor all the pressures of the reverse osmosis. So the reverse osmosis after the carbon tank, there's a lot of units too that the water has to pass through, especially the reverse osmosis itself. And we have to check all the feed number. We have to check the permeate. We have to check the waste. We have to calculate the effectivity of the reverse osmosis, and it should be above 80%, but we usually maintain it around 98-99% of the reverse osmosis rate to make sure that the water is all good. Unfortunately, I cannot really discuss everything here with you because it's gonna be like a book if we're gonna be in details, but it's the idea. I just want to let you know that water is really important, and sometimes they call it dialysis. It's all about water. So during dialysis, we monitor all the water that's going to be used during the day. So every 4 hours, if you're going to be using the centralized reverse osmosis, and we also have the portable ones, which we monitor every 2 hours. So it's that important. I would like to inform you also that the machine that we use for the dialysis, we always have a water log in each machine, and if we have some issues, we have a biomed that's gonna be checking the machines and fix it. So like they said, hemodialysis is about water. And there it is. This is a simple conversation with you guys with regards to water. I hope you have a small idea about hemodialysis. And if you want to learn more, try to read renal books so that you have more information in details. So thank you guys for watching my video. Hopefully we'll have more. Bye bye.